Hey everyone, and welcome to my craft room. I'm just going to air a little bit early tonight, so hopefully anyone who gets the notification will jump on. I'm just reached a bit of a lull in my dinner preparation, so I thought I'd jump on, finish this off, do my last video, and then I can sit down and have a proper tea with my husband, which sounds ideal. Anyway, so welcome everyone to my last 12 days of Christmas projects challenge to myself. Thank you to everyone who's stuck with me the whole way through. Yeah, it's been good. I've enjoyed it, so hopefully you guys have enjoyed it as well. I don't know if I'm going to like that light that I've got on there. I can see the shadow of my head. We'll see how we go with it anyway. So thanks for joining me for this last one. I mentioned last time that I was going to try and put something together as a bit of a prize draw for the people who have supported me through this one, and I think I've come up with something, but I thought I'd do that first before everyone comes and goes, or before everyone disappears, because often that's what happens with videos. You start with a few watching and then people sort of dawdle away by the end once you've seen the card. What I thought I'd do is I have put everybody's names, or everyone from Australia, so apologies for anyone who's watching from overseas, everyone from Australia who has shared or commented or liked the videos over the last 11 days, so up to this one. They're all in here in my little plastic container, very scientific, and the winner, I'm going to draw the winner, but the winner will get all the things that I've made over the last 11 days. We've got the Santa Claus from yesterday. We've got the tree one from, I think that was about day 3. We've got the beautiful invitation, which you could turn into a gift card holder if you wanted to, from that day. We've got our gift card holder with our little snowman there as well. So all of these ones have got envelopes with them, so you can use them for your own Christmas if you wish. Also you will get all the little things that we made. There's the pretty invitation that we made with the petal pink, the magnolia. You've got the gift tags that I made a couple of days ago, including Lionel the ceiling dancing deer, plus the little Christmas tree money wallet as well. So everything's there, everything's ready to be used. As I say, you've got envelopes with the cards. Of course, there's a few things I couldn't give away, like the meerkat card that I made for my son, which is now hidden in his bedroom once I threatened to take it back. And the envelope that I made for my father already has writing on it. So you can't have that, but you can have all of these, and I will post them to you. And if you're thinking to yourself, oh, for goodness, Julianne, don't send me all this stuff. I don't really want all your stuff from your craft room. I will throw in a packet of mini dimensionals as well, so you'll get something a little bit worthwhile also. So this is coming to the winner of the lucky draw that I'm just about to do. So everyone's name is in here. There's about 40 names in here. I couldn't believe how many people had liked and shared and commented on the videos over the last 11 days. Thank you so much, giving me inspiration to keep going with them. Anyway, so here we go, and the winner is, I will draw this under controlled scientific experiments, experimental conditions. Oh, I dropped them all. The winner is, and I'm not watching, I promise. The winner is, here's one. I hope it's just one. The winner is Kathy Isles. There you go, Kathy. I'll show that to the camera so everyone thinks I'm being legitimate, or realises I'm being legitimate. So it's Kathy. There you are, Kathy. You win the draw. Thanks so much for watching my videos and commenting. And lots of people came back more than once, and Kathy came back lots and lots of times, which is great. So Kathy, you get all of the stuff from my craft room. Aren't you lucky? Plus some dimensionals. So I'll pop those up to you over the next little while. Cool. Okay, so that's the draw over and done with. Well done, Kathy. And thank you everyone again who supported me over the last 11 days or so. As I said in the description, I'm saving the best, well, I think the best for last. This set is one of my favourites from the holiday catalogue. The Frosted Foliage stamp set. not a lot to this one, to be honest. The stars are quite nice. There's some sprigs. You know, personally, the sentiments didn't do much for me. But what I did really love was the die set. And the die set will be something I will be keeping and using again and again and again. So it had these beautiful sort of sentiment boxes with the sprays and the snowflakes, and sort of this one fitted nicely inside, and some snowflakes and some sprigs and things like that. So I really like this one, and as I say, it'll be staying in my craft room even once it's retired. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is, as I say, one of my favourite cards from the holiday catalogue is this one, and anyone who does my home classes would probably recognise this one. I designed it for, I think, the intro class that we did, and this one was left over because a lady who was coming dropped out, so I had her set all made up. So I'm going to make this one up, and I'll add it to Kathy's batch of goodies there. Okay, so this this cardstock is Balmy Blue. It's my normal card base, which is 8 1/4 by 5 3/4, and scored in the middle for a basic card base. With this one as well has quite extravagantly a panel of silver foil. So if you are actually looking to rationalise your silver foil as well, you can just cut the centre out, because really all you're going to need is the rim around the edge. So, you know, you can get a rectangle die and cut the centre out, and then you can use that on something else. It's got another panel of the Balmy Blue, which has, I've put it through my favourite hammered metal embossing folder, which I seem to bring out every time I want something a little bit special. So I really do like it. I'm not using that side, I'm actually using this side, which I think is quite nice. Looks a bit like a what we call it. It looks quite like a snake skin or something like that. I think it's really nice. But also I have cut using those the die cuts from the Frosted Frames dies that I mentioned before. I have cut the one frame with all the tufts and things out of the Frosted Designer Series paper. I'm just going to remember the name of it now. I've forgotten it. The Feels Like Frost Designer Series paper. If anyone's seen this one, it's really nice. It's got these beautiful sort of close-up photographed winter scenes on one side, and it's got some lovely silver accents on the other. So that's a really nice one if you can still get your hands on it, and it will be back in the next holiday catalogue. So look for, if you didn't get it this time, keep an eye out for it this time next year. Okay, so as I say, I've cut one of those beautiful scenes out with the frames thinlet, and I've also cut out from the set, there's Kathy's envelope there, various bits and bobs from vellum and from silver foil, and from what was left of the Designer Series paper. So you do actually, when you're cutting, make sure I haven't dropped anything there, you can cut out, so that's the Designer Series paper, but I'm going to be using the silver accent side for this card. We've got beautiful snowflakes, and again I'll be using the other side. A few more sprigs of leaves and things, another snowflake, and then I've got some silver ones, just plain silver ones, which is, again, you could get those from the centre of your silver if you didn't want to use too much silver foil. And then I've got vellum as well, so I've cut that from vellum. But I've also got, cut from vellum, one of the inner sentiment boxes, which I think I showed you, is that inside one. So as I said, it fits beautifully inside. If I can get it away from the magnet, it fits beautifully inside the decorative frame there, like that. So that's what I've done. So basically, once all that's gone through the die cutting machine, it took quite a while, you've got some beautiful things to be getting on with. So first of all, I'm going to layer up our card. So I'll just layer up the silver and the base card with some glue. Hey Kathy, thanks for joining me. You, Kathy, are the winner of my drawer. I don't know if that makes you happy or not, but everything that I can give away, or everything that I've made over the last 11 days, I drew everyone's name out of a hat, all 40 odd of you, and your name came out, so yay! But I've put some dimensionals in there as well, some foam squares, so it won't just be all my cards and things, there'll be some dimensionals there as well. So congratulations. And thanks for popping on practically every day, it was great. Okay, so there I've got the silver foil on, and then I'm going to put the second layer of balmy blue that's been through the embossing folder just on top of that. And I think the blue and the silver just look absolutely glorious together. Probably one of my favourite combos, because I am a sucker for blue and a sucker for silver. So there you go, got me two ways. Okay, so we'll just pop that aside for a second and we'll do what we're going to do with this beautiful frame. So that's quite cute on itself, but you know, who said more was not more? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use all these bits and bobs that I've actually die cut from this die set. I'm going to pop some double-sided tape on the back of my frame. I'm just going to basically layer this up so it gives it a lot more texture. So I'm going to use all these bits and just basically make it look pretty much over the top. As I say, this was from a class that I did right at the beginning of the holiday catalogue period, and I really don't know that I managed to surpass it. It really was one of my favourites. She says, throwing her pieces across the table. You should see my room, guys, after 11 days of non-stop videos. Oh my goodness, I haven't had a chance to clean up in between. Well, when I say I haven't had a chance, I haven't been bothered. So basically what you see here is the only clear spot in the whole craft room. So anyway, all good. So what I'm going to do, as I say, is sort of layer these things around, stick them out from behind and make them give it that extra bit of texture, I suppose you'd call it, being a technical card term, which I don't know if it is. I'm just going to poke them out, make a combination, sort of use the blue, the silver accents of the designer series paper, some vellum. I'll use some vellum. So we're just going to mix it up and just give it a little bit of something special. Bring that down there. Now, don't let me get too out of control. It looks like, yeah. Oh, well, there you are, Kathy. I'm going to add to your bomb. Kathy says it looks like a bomb's hit her craft room. 'Tis the season for bombs to hit craft rooms, I'm sure. So here's a nice little flower stem there. I'm going to pop that there. Bring another sprig just there. We've got a couple more here. I don't know if this is what we were meant to do with the dies, but hey, you know, it's expression, isn't it? There we go. So I've nearly got that pretty much covered. I'll put that one over here. Now I have left, and you'll notice there is a large silver snowflake and a small silver snowflake, and I'm going to leave those off because I'm going to actually put them on the front once it's on the card. Okay, so there you are. I've added lots of different elements to that, and that's going to sit. I haven't actually got this card at home anymore. I gave it away, my sample I gave away, so I'm doing this very much from memory. Now a couple of those things are going to have to move in because they do overlap the edge of the card a little bit. So I might move that one up to here and move if I can do it without ripping them. Move that into there. Yeah, that's better. So it doesn't have to be all the way inside, but you just don't want to ruin your... Oh, it's upside down. Here we go. We nearly had another Lionel the deer experience being upside down. If anyone watched that video the other day when I put my gift tag together and I put it upside down, so there was a deer in it, and he ended up hanging from the ceiling, which I thought was quite amusing. Anyway, okay, so you can see that's going to sit there like that. I do have this piece of vellum which is actually going to sit there, and I'm going to put the sentiment on there, and I'm going to heat emboss it. So let's hope my heat gun is plugged in. So to do that, I'm going to do it in white, hopefully. Now that's clear. In white, she says. Yep, I'm going to do that in white embossing powder. And I'm going to use the Sending You a Little Yuletide Cheer. Now, the young ones at work, and when I say young, I mean sort of under 30, had no idea what Yuletide was. I think their education is lacking sorely. And to be honest, I couldn't explain to them. I just said it was another name for Christmas, but someone might be able to enlighten me as to what Yuletide actually means. I just, as I say, told them it was another word for Christmas. Okay, so get my embossing body. Onto that vellum. Oh. And if I can find it, there we are. My Versamark ink and my block. So much for being organised. There we go. So, just going to stamp that. Forgive me if I'm wobbling onto there. Yep. And then in some white. I do like the heat embossing on vellum. I think it's really, really nice. Yes, it's turned on. So I'll just heat that up. It might take a few minutes because the machine hasn't been on today, so forgive the noise. Just as that turns white. Hopefully without burning my fingers too much. There we are. Okay, so we've got that on the vellum in the white embossing powder, which I'll just pop back into its little container. Okay, so we can bring our card back in and glue that down. There we go. There we are. Bring that down. Then I'm going to add the vellum with the sentiment. Now I don't know if anyone's seen my trick with vellum, because vellum is tricky to glue down. What I do with mine, and I've picked this up from a video ages ago, is I grab a tiny bit of sponge, I turn it over obviously, and I put on lots and lots of glue, lot more glue than you probably would, because the sponge soaks up a fair bit of it. And then using the sponge, I just dab it. So it basically loses basically spreads out and forms a eventually clear layer on the back of your vellum, just like that. Which I'm going to then push it in. Except that hasn't come. That's okay. I'll just smooth that down. Actually, that hasn't come out clear at all. I think there must have been some ink on my sponge. Hang on, I'm going to have to do that one again. Hint for the future, guys, use a clean sponge, because I think that must have, I didn't think it had, but it must have, because it's come off in the glue. Anyway, that's fine. That's the hint. Use that, but use a clean sponge. Okay, so we've still got our two little silver snowflakes left. And so I'm just going to use some glue dots just to pop them on the front. One up there and one down there. And I might use, no, I think that's enough actually. I think that's enough. So there we are. It's quite an over-the-top offering to finish my 12 days of Christmas. Yeah, so but as I say, I really like that one, except for the fact that I had yellow on that sponge. But you can imagine if there wasn't yellow tinges to that, that's how that one would look. Anyway, so that is my last card for this. Obviously, I'm then going to put a white one inside and stamp it in there if that's what you want to do. But anyway, that one is really pretty. I really like that die set. It's a lot of effort putting all those little bits and fiddly bits through the die cutting machine, but you know, in the end I think it's actually quite worth it. So that is my last card for the 12 days of Christmas. Like again, thank everyone for joining me during this period. It's been really fun, and hopefully I can carry on the momentum into the new year. So as I say, have a great Christmas. Anyone that I won't see, have a great Christmas and great New Year. And I will catch you in 2020, if not before. Yeah, so have a great evening and a great rest of week, and I will see you all later. Okay, bye.